What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. John Cena wrestled his last PLE match at tonight's Survivor Series as he defended the Intercontinental Championship against Dirty Dominik Mysterio, only to lose to Mysterio in shocking fashion, leading to fans asking why. Why would WWE have John Cena lose his last ever PLE match? Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, in case you missed Survivor Series, Dirty Dominik Mysterio regained the Intercontinental Championship for John Cena after hitting a frog splash for the 1-2-3. However, that's just a small portion of the match, as Mysterio relied on Judgment Day partners in crime, along with a returning Liv Morgan to seal the deal. But just as with Mysterio's victory, there's more than meets the eye behind Cena's loss, reasons that will play out until the end of the year and possibly into 2026. Number 1, Cena didn't really lose. Did John Cena count the lights for Dominik Mysterio? Yes, and it was in a tradition that fans have come to know and love with Dirty Dominik Mysterio, a healthy mix of shenanigans and chicanery, just like his dad Eddie Guerrero. Now in this case, Mysterio relied on the Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez at first, followed by the arrival of JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Now even though that wasn't enough and it took a surprise return from Liv Morgan and a feigned face turn that led to a low-blowing Cena to give Mysterio the momentum, Dominik's win shouldn't be understated, but there's a huge asterisk next to Cena's loss, which gave fans reason to think that Cena didn't lose as much as he got robbed. Not the first time it's happened to him, and as we'll see, Cena's loss provided many more benefits than a win would have generated. Number 2, the WWE Universe are just happy to see John Cena. John Cena's farewell tour is nearing its end, and while fans would like to see Cena go out on a high note, at this point they're just happy to see him wrestle. True to his promise, Cena decided that he would retire before he embarrassed himself in the ring with subpar performances, resulting in a well-received year-long goodbye, even during Cena's incredibly short-sighted run as a heel. While some fans may argue that Cena isn't the same that he was 10 years ago, he still looks great in the ring, and judging from the thank you Cena chants after tonight's match, Cena fans didn't care if he lost or won. It was all about the thrill of seeing Cena win, lose, or draw. Number 3, Dominik Mysterio is way over. One of the biggest reasons for Cena dropping the match and the IC title to Mysterio is that Mysterio is so over right now. While Dirty Dom may officially be a heel, the fans are treating him like a tweener, and it's only a matter of time before he becomes a fully fledged babyface. Mysterio's tainted win over Cena furthered his reputation as someone who punches above his weight, thanks to being cunning like a fox, letting fans know that there are few superstars who can stop him for long. Here, John Cena lost the Intercontinental Championship to Dominik Mysterio, but in the big picture, it was all about Mysterio bouncing back, outsmarting even veterans like John Cena. This will have fans wondering what it will take to keep the belt off him for any amount of time. Number 4, Mysterio is a double champion. As Cena's loss to Dominik also balanced the scales for the Judgment Day's most mischievous member. As big as Dirty Dom is in the WWE, fans shouldn't overlook his status in AAA, where he becomes one of the promotion's most hated heels. Mysterio is the promotion's AAA Mega Champion, and his Intercontinental Championship win makes him a double champion again, which will only add to his status in both WWE and AAA, as long as WWE doesn't lose its mind and give him title after title like a former WWE superstar who shall remain nameless. Number 5, WWE wanted to hype Liv Morgan's return on a big stage. Liv Morgan is back, a surprise return that up until recently, no one could have expected. Morgan was supposed to be out for more time, but as sometimes happens, wrestlers recover from injuries faster than expected, or promotions exaggerate how long they'll be out for to keep fans in suspense about their eventual return. While we don't know whether WWE expected Morgan back this soon, it's clear that the company chose some prime real estate for Morgan to return, and deservedly so. Morgan is no mid-card or upper-card act. She's worked hard to become one of WWE's biggest female superstars, and Survivor Series presented her with the perfect place to return. Having Morgan feign a face turn was inspired as it swerved fans long enough to give Dominik the win and put Morgan right back into the spotlight as a top player on Raw and as a member of the Judgment Day. All of this courtesy of John Cena sharing some of the spotlight with Liv Morgan. Number 6, it builds the Judgment Day back up. Now, as we've seen, Cena's loss furthered Dominik Mysterio's status as a top player and shed the spotlight on Liv Morgan's return. That wasn't all, however, as it also gave the Judgment Day a small push. The group has been floundering, even with WWE giving JD McDonough and Finn Balor the Tag Team Championship, whilst there was only one defense, and Dominik Mysterio has been the only thing going for the group, especially with Liv Morgan's absence. That changed tonight as the Judgment Day showed signs of their former glory by helping out one of their own win a key match. Add in that they helped spoil John Cena's final PLE match, and the WWE fans may have a reason to care about the group again. The only thing is that WWE can't let the Judgment Day fall into the background again, especially with the Vision dominating much of Raw. This is if they want them to be anything but the Liv and Dominik show. This is even more important because WrestleMania is coming up soon and WWE needs to start building enough satisfying stories to fill 2 nights. The Judgment Day hasn't had time to explore any long-time storylines due to Liv Morgan's absence, and fans may recall that it appeared that WWE was building up a rivalry between Morgan and Roxanne Perez, as well as Finn Balor and Dominik Mysterio. Now fans can see the group still means something, which should make these potential storylines mean even more. Number 7. The surprise factor. Wrestling's fondness for fooling the fans was on full display again tonight as John Cena dropped his final match on PLE. Although Cena's lost enough matches during his farewell tour for fans to realize it's not the greatest hits tour, especially after the pasting Cena took from Brock Lesnar, some fans were hopeful that Cena would go over in his last ever match on PLE, as he actually won his first ever PLE match all the way in 2002 against Chris Jericho. Cena's surprise loss was okay this time around because WWE didn't have him get squashed as he did against Lesnar, making this palatable. Number 8. It frees up the IC Championship. Now another reason for Cena losing is that it frees up the Intercontinental Championship. Granted, WWE could have teased fans with a storyline of whether Cena would retire with the title, but let's keep it real. No one cares if Cena retires while champion, as WWE already ran the storyline of whether the heel Cena would retire with the WWE Undisputed Championship. Here, Cena lost the title and WWE can look ahead to building up Cena's final match. It also means WWE won't have to go with a played-out tournament to crown a new champion, something it likely doesn't want to do as it prepares its build-up for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 42. Number 9. WWE wants Cena's last match to be suspenseful. As Cena has one remaining match before he says farewell, and now WWE has raised the question of whether he'll exit with one last win or a defeat even more intriguing. Fans no longer have to worry about what will happen to the IC Championship now that Dominik Mysterio has it. Now the only questions are who Cena will face and whether he'll count the lights for them. What makes the latter more interesting is that WWE has shown it's not afraid to have Cena lose or even get squashed. Watching Cena lose on PLE cemented the idea that he's not invincible, but it also opened the door for fans to think that WWE wouldn't have Cena lose his last ever PLE match and his last match ever. The reality is that he might. However, no one can be certain after Survivor Series. And number 10, Cena is always giving back. But there are many reasons John Cena is considered WWE's GOAT. While titles like GOAT are often marketing tools, Cena is undeniably WWE's biggest star of the early 21st century, and tonight John showed one of the biggest reasons: his incredible willingness to use his status to get others over. Cena critics who complained about Cena not putting every opponent over during his heyday missed the big picture. Cena was always selective in who got the Cena rub during his heyday because the rub was worthless if he lost so much. Over the last 5 years, Cena has done what any veteran who is true to the grappling game has done. He's kept his star power with enough wins, but generously given to up-and-coming stars and main eventers who need a last push into the stratosphere, with Cena's loss to Roman Reigns being a big example. Tonight was no different, as Cena gave Dominik Mysterio the biggest win of his life, regardless of how many controversies involved in the match. Cena not only put Dirty Dom over big, he helped the Judgment Day and shared the spotlight with a returning Liv Morgan. It's difficult to think of how Cena could have given any more. These reasons show that despite some stumbles, WWE has used John Cena's farewell tour to capitalize on his popularity, making money from it while tapping into Cena's long association with WWE to generate more mainstream interest. As seen by tonight's loss, WWE has shown that the fans should expect the unexpected with the 17-time world champion, and that they shouldn't take anything for granted when Cena wrestles his final ever bout. He could lose to his final opponent and help put someone over, or he could defeat someone, sparking said opponent to re-examine their current path and go with a heel turn or a face turn, with Jey Uso and Gunther respectively fitting the bill here. But there you have it folks, our look at why John Cena lost his last ever PLE and dropped the IC Championship. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.